You make it sound easy, but I know there's very specific challenges, especially inside of law firms and legal services. I'd love to hear what you think those challenges are. And then at the same time, how those challenges are learning for any HR professional leader that's on this, listening to this podcast.
One of the biggest challenges is particularly in a law firm environment is learning their business. For a firm as large as ours, we have so many practice areas. We are a great law firm, we're a defense firm, but our practice areas run from labor and employment to government regulatory to real estate to transactional to product liability to transportation torts, the healthcare law. We've got, I think, over 25 different practice groups. Each one of those is a business unit. So I had to learn what kept them up at night, what drove their business, what their business cycles were. Because in this area over here in product liability, it may be slowing down at the year end, but down the hall in real estate, they aren't sleeping. They're just going 90 to nothing, trying to get everything wrapped up because that's when it really hits. That's their peak. So I have to learn to adjust my initiatives. I have to learn to anticipate their needs around what their business is. That's the same in manufacturing and sales and distribution. You've got to learn what are the peaks and valleys. You've got to understand the operations because if you just toss out theoretical human resources mumbo jumbo and it doesn't hit at the time it's needed, it's not going to hit. They talk about in operations and manufacturing the just in time inventory model, where you're getting the products exactly where they need to be when they're needed. So you're not wasting resources tied up in things you're not using. HR has to be a little bit of that as well. We have to know and anticipate when the business is going to need the resources. When are you going to have time to get that compliance training done? When are you going to need the influx of people? How are you going to manage through the year end for human resources is generally insanely busy. So knowing that and anticipating that someone's going to want to hire 5 new people, someone's going to want to, "Oh, let's bring on an acquisition in the end of the year. We'll start at January 1st." That's no problem for anybody, is it? "Oh, sure." So figuring out how to get the flow on the day to day and those ebbs and anticipating what's going to happen coming down with the other sides of the business, whether it's a law firm or manufacturing, you're going to have a lot of some hurry up and wait, but there's some things you can predict. And you know, all the manufacturing is going to want to hit it hard the first week of January, and they're going to come in wanting all these people. How am I going to anticipate that?